UNESCO's WISE program, Women in Science in Emergency, was created because we know that in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, labs were closed. A lot of important research was interrupted, and we know that the contribution of women is vital all around the world, including in this case.
The project I'm working with is to find environmentally sustainable ways to make compounds that are selective for their anti-mosquito activity. Currently, many of the compounds that we use to get rid of mosquitoes and other pests are not selective, so they're going to harm bees, butterflies, other beneficial insects. So we're looking at how can we make these molecules that are selective and in a way that's not going to generate toxic byproducts and be environmentally beneficial. We've had some structural challenges with our lab before Melissa, and Melissa would have made that situation worse. But with the grant, we're able to pivot a little bit to use a different space and allow the 3 undergraduate students that I have working with me on the project to continue. So it's going to help us to drive the project forward.
My research here at Northern Caribbean University is to study the science of queen rearing, to study the science of bee propagation in the region specific to Jamaica, and also to see how this can translate into economic development, especially for women and youth of the region. Just before the hurricane hit, we relocated the boxes, and during relocating the boxes from the original secured area that we had them, resulted in the damage of our boxes. They were exposed to pests that really took a hit at the boxes that we had. I'm very excited about being awarded this WISE grant, because this will help us to replace the boxes that we lost, also to secure additional gears and tools, right, for re-establishing our apiary, and that will also enable us to carry out our training as intended.
I'm actually doing work in Cave, Westmoreland. This is an area that was badly impacted by Hurricane Melissa in 2025. My work actually started with a historical flood event, the 1979 flood event in Cave, Westmoreland. I went out to Westmoreland to research the impact of this flood on the community and on the environment. And it so happened that when I was collecting the data and doing the work, we thought about what if there was a future flood event, what was that going to look like in the community of Cave? And so our work was done in artificial intelligence modeling. So our work is really about how is it going to look like in terms of impacts of tropical storms and floods on the environment, and how the people in the community can build and move forward post Hurricane Melissa. So the grant is critical because I'm based in Kingston, and it's all the way out in Westmoreland, which is towards the western tip of the island. So it's going to assist in terms of transportation to get out there, in terms of engaging the local authorities, engaging the community residents, speaking with them, collecting the data. It's going to be critical to get me there face to face so that I can validate this information on the ground.
So my research is focused on mental health status within the Western region post-Hurricane Melissa. We're particularly looking at the impact of Hurricane Melissa on mental health within the region. How is it that individuals are coping with the devastation, the great loss that they've experienced? So what this grant will provide us with is the opportunity to finance these multiple trips as we go down to the Western region.
The UNESCO Women in Science Microgrant scheme is an absolutely catalytic intervention that is enabling the restart of stalled experiments, safeguarding thesis guidelines with masters and PhD students progressing with the completion of their degrees, and enabling researchers to regain momentum that was lost in the post-Hurricane Melissa period. Thanks to UWI and UNESCO.